Hello, Georgetown. It is Wednesday, so we are going to connect with you with some news and notes. What do we have for the people today, Mark?
And we're both smiling because this is take 3 or 4 of this. So thank you to Georgetown for your involvement with Feeding America. Last night was another scheduled distribution. We served 77 households. We are grateful for your commitment, your volunteerism to this. Please note for your calendars that in June and July we will continue this. The second and third Tuesdays of June and July will be distribution dates. So thanks for your involvement in it.
So the other major feeding initiatives that we have been working on is the Feeding Guatemala initiative, and that has been a super success. And thank you so much for participating and contributing to that. We've had given over 1,000 bags of food, and this is really important for the ministry down there. I was able to connect with Kirk and with Josh. There are no flights right now, regular flights in and out of Guatemala City. Therefore, no teams are coming down. So there's a void in some of the ministries and activities that they typically do. They're have access to fewer resources. So you really stepped in and helped fill the void of some of the needs there in Guatemala. And I'm very thankful and excited about some of the work that they're going to be able to do because of you.
And Eric, when you say more than 1,000, the last count we had was just north of 1,000 bags. And because Sherry Klein has been on medical leave, successfully undergoing a knee replacement surgery, so she was able to join us today, but we've not looked at the mail in detail the last couple of days, so we are, it could be more than 1,000 or significantly more than 1,000. But thank you for participating in this initiative. Eric, would you speak a little bit toward our next 2-week initiative? It's for Feeding America, buy a truck, but could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we're transitioning here in our focus. So the Feeding Guatemala initiative is coming to an end. If you still want to give for that, you're welcome to do so, but this kind of marks the end of our time where we're going to be presenting that and talking about it. We do want to shift our gears back again to Feeding America, and we want to build some resources for that. So we've stepped up with additional distributions, and we want to be able to resource and pay for additional trucks that are coming. We've stepped that up. So we're going to be thinking in truck increments, and we invite you to give for Feeding America so that we can continue this important ministry.
And we'll let you know what the progress of that is. Mm-hmm. Some of you have, there are households that regularly contribute in increments to support this ministry. There are small groups, there are families that have said, we want to buy a truck. And just know we're not expecting that kind of generosity, but we want you to know that a typical truck for a distribution costs $600. And so when you see trucks showing up on our website, or when we say this is how many trucks have been purchased, or half trucks, you know how the contributions are coming in, and we will, as always, keep you posted about that. A new development this week is that the elders have tasked a task force, have asked that be convened to talk about not when, but how. How can we reconvene again? We recognize that there are external dynamics around us that are impacting our ability to gather, whether that's the health, the numbers in Ottawa County, our involvement in this classes. Those are dynamics that are beyond our control, but we need to continue to imagine, and have started a team to do so, to imagine what are the things that we need to have in place when we are able to gather. We all know that when we gather again in this building, that it's going to be different. There's going to be social distancing, likely. There's going to be precautions that need to be taken. There's all sorts of studies out there about the hazards of singing, and indoors at least. So this team is going to be looking at all of that and trying trying to find a comprehensive yet simple way of saying these are the steps that we need to enact to ensure good and safe gatherings on our campus. So just know that a team has been formed to begin doing some drawings of what is that going to look like.
And I think the elders deserve a lot of credit for thinking about process on this, to say, how can we think mindfully together in a cooperative way about how to take these next steps?
And if you could see around the room that we're in and the sanctuary, this is yet another opportunity to give a shout out to Chris Dykehouse and Nolan Snowing. We want to do that in two ways. One, they are amazing in what they are putting together for every Sunday and Wednesday updates. We're grateful for the ways in which they're volunteering in heroic ways. I actually came to church late one night over the weekend, and the lights were on, and I just said, I texted Nolan, this is like 12 midnight or 10 after 12, and I said, Nolan, are you at church? And he said, yeah, are you too? That's cool. So that tells you something about the kind of work that they're doing. Some of the unseen work is part two. They are equipping our sanctuary for live streaming so that we will have that. And they're also equipping the other parts of this building. And we think of the gathering area, the activities center, the summit, the lower level classrooms, to be able to receive signal, to beam in services. So imagine at some point that we want to gather as many people in this building as possible with some social distancing. We will be able to do that. And if the church had to buy these services, the number would astonish you how expensive this would be. But these guys are volunteering. They're preparing the building for that. The building isn't going to be ready for that till the mid or end of June. But we just want you to know that this place is going to be prepared for whatever's next. And we're trying to prepare the internal systems and procedures as to how to make this the best and safest gathering again when we come together.
That'll be a really helpful tool in our toolbox as we consider all the options that we'll have moving forward. So, Pastor Mark, you've been doing your good work of connecting with a lot of folks in the congregation. Do you have any congregational care updates for us?
Thank you for that. This is the most important one of all that I want to lift before you. There is a link in this email for Caitlin Saul. Caitlin Saul has made a 2-minute or so YouTube video. She is going to be undergoing a major surgery this Friday. Because this is being broadcast on YouTube, we don't want to go into details about that, but you can watch or listen to her YouTube link in this email, and you can know with greater detail why we need to be praying for John and Mary Jo, her parents, who are stuck here while she's in San Francisco with the surgery, and you can be praying mindfully of what Caitlin is going to be going through. Just know that surgery is scheduled for Friday morning, and we want to encourage you to start praying already for this family.
Super. Anything else we should cover?
I think we're set. 4 takes, and I guess we're good.
Thank you, Georgetown, for connecting. Be well, be safe, look out for each other, and thank you for being such important members of our community of faith here at Georgetown. Thank you.
And as always, the peace of Christ to you.